Time for Shop Talk with the Three Stooges, only there's four.
Hey kids, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Listen, Hero of the Month sale is going on here at Alternate Reality, and every month what I do is I take one character, every trade paperback featuring that character is 25% off all month long. This month, the Hero of the Month is Green Lantern and Green Arrow. All my Green Lantern and Green Arrow trade paperbacks are 25% off all month long, only here at Alternate Reality. It's for November 2009. Don't miss out. Stop down. Pick up your Green Lantern, Green Arrow trade. It's not the junky stuff. It's everything I got.
Hey, what are you anyway? A wise guy?
Hey kids, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to another edition of Shop Talk. As always, Shop Talk is coming to you from Alternate Reality, best little comic book store in the world, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Mount Greenwood, where nobody goes home sober. This week, our question I pulled out of the air from what I've been reading on the internet. And the question is to the Outhouse gang over here.
How you doing?
Boys, biography comics. Do they have an obligation to present the facts of the person's life that they're doing the biography of, or can they editorialize under the guise of artistic license?
This is a great question.
I read some stuff on the internet. There are people out there complaining about this.
Oh, which one? I can't see it.
It's Michael Jackson.
Oh, Michael Jackson.
And, well, not so much this.
Well,
Not
he's
so
a
much
dog.
this.
What is there to complain about?
And this.
Are these
And
not
this,
Are they-
because in some cases, and I can't give you chapter and verse on which one, but in some cases, they do a little editorializing, which some people feel isn't an actual presentation of the facts, so it's not a strict biography. Okay, it's a biography that may be slanted.
Well, it is a comic book.
So what do you think, guys?
Okay, boys and girls, let me start with this out. A
Stop
biography
pulling stuff off the shelf.
Well,
is a book. It's a book with like 400 to 500 pages, much bigger than this. A comic isn't a biography. People who pick up comic biographies are people who apparently don't want to read in the first place.
Yeah, but Bo, a picture tells 1,000 words.
A picture tells 1,000 words,
Where's
but
1,000?
if you're going to do a 22 or 25 page comic, you're not going to tell someone's entire life in 22 to 25 pages. So
Oh,
of
yeah,
course
well,
you're going to tweak and
it's a
you're going to
boring
fudge
life.
Yeah.
because you got to get the story in.
I think my life would last about 8 pages.
8 pages.
A lot of
with,
basement
How about maybe 10 with
sitting.
ads?
What about the time and time?
10 with ads?
Yeah.
If I sold 2 ads in an 8-page book about my life, I'd be lucky.
This is a great question because this opens up a whole thing here. Because, all right, can we equate comic book biographies to movie biographies?
Or written biographies.
Well,
I mean,
hey, bear with
novels.
me. Bear with me here. a
Well,
second.
written biographies 9 times out of 10 are written by ghostwriters, which means it's all BS anyway.
If we go with the concept that they're akin to movie biographies take a lot of license to tell a dramatic story. Are the comics obligated to tell a dramatic story in their autobiographies, or are they trying to be an actual autobiography? For me, I think the answer is a comic can take some artistic license with it, as long as it doesn't say at the top of the comic, autobiography. If that's the case, then it has every bit of relevancy as a written, novelized autobiography. It should be as accurate as possible within those 20-something pages.
Right.
If it's trying to be something else, they could take a little editorial license.
But how do you tell the difference? How do you tell the difference? I mean, if you're picking up the Blue Water copy of Joe Biden's life story and you're thumbing through it, there's a slant there, whether you want there to be or not, because somebody's writing it, even if they're trying not to. The thing I always remember about the news is always slanted. No matter how editorially clean news tries to be, people are writing it, and even if they try not to put their own opinions in, it always seeps in on some sort of level, someplace. So if somebody's writing a biography of someone, okay, whatever they think about the person, good or bad, even if they're trying not to put it in print, there's a good chance that it's going to seep through on some level and piss somebody off.
But you can always use the theory. There's a theory with some Stephen King. It's a Stephen King story. He goes, whenever they make movies out of your books are always horrible. He goes, my books are fine. See the books over there on the rack? That's a movie. They're not the same thing.
Yeah, but we're
that's
talking about
different.
someo's life
This is
story.
different.
We're talking about someone's life
But
story,
you're not talking
adaptation.
about someone's life story. Joe Biden didn't participate with Blue Water in telling that book.
No, he didn't.
They pulled it off of stuff off the AP and off the internet.
If
This is
you-
not a real biography anyway.
If you're going to Blue Water's Joe Biden book for a biography of Joe
Well, there's another problem.
that's probably a problem. we have the internet. There's all sorts of ways to search this out. I'm sure there's official bios out there somewhere.
I think Joe Biden actually did write a biography. You can actually buy it in bookstores. I know, yes, there are
can't-
bookstores that exist.
This is a gray area. Can you count on a comic book to give you 100% of the truth in an autobiography comic? Maybe not. Should you be looking for them to give you 100% of the truth in an auto? Maybe not. So my take on this is, if they're trying to represent this as being their actual life story and within the comic book framework, they have some a reason to be accurate. If it's one of these like Bo Obama, the dog thing or whatever, or even any of the others, to be honest with you, they can take a little artistic license. They're not pretending to be anything but what they already are, and that is a comic book.
But wait, did they actually interview Bo Obama before they?
Sure.
What was Bo thinking about
Scooby-Doo
before he
interviewed
got
Bo
to the
Obama.
White House? Exactly how in depth was this Bo
but here's
Obama?
the
I know he's busy licking his nuts.
Here's the spin. Do they open the door on you wanting to
Hey,
know
that's a
more
Saturday
about
night right
somebody?
there.
I think the one thing that biography comics have going for it is you can introduce a younger generation of readers
Right.
to people that a 9-10-year-old kid can't sit down and read Dreams of My Father or whatever the book Obama wrote was, but he can read the Blue Water Obama comic and have a better idea of what that guy's all about. Is it supposed to be taken literally word for word? It's not an authorized biography. I don't think so, but
Are you compelled to want to know more?
There's where I was
if I'm
going.
8 years
Thank
old
you,
and I look
cameraman.
through
That's
this-
exactly. If that comic book leads them to other things,
Then
searching
God
out
bless that
information,
comic book.
that's what it's all about.
whether it's more comic books or more books about Barack Obama, I mean, it did its
Go for
job.
it.
And whether or not there was artistic liberties taken with it, that's for somebody to read it to make their own conclusions and seek out more information on the subject and figure it out for themselves. So
There you go.
That's it.
I think that if you're going to do a biography of a character, of a human being, of a real person, of an actual life, I think that you have a responsibility to try to be as accurate as humanly possible. Can you editorialize in it? Sure, as long as you set up that you're going to do some editorializing in it. If you're going to actually try to change some of the facts in order to fit your point of view, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. You shouldn't do that. But if you're gonna do a biography of someone, you should probably try to do the best biography you can. Just like with any comic book, you should always try to do the best job you can, and with a biography that's presenting the person's life history and the facts. So that's it for this shop talk. Go to the store's website at Sarah.
Go stop off at the store's website, www.myalternatelreality.com.
And until next time, this is Comic Book Man and the Outhouse Gang.
All of us saying.